beautiful ether. I lost my pencil on the trek out here. Happy Friday. This is just, I can't put it off any longer. This mystery plant that popped up in the pond. It gets bigger and bigger and bigger. One day it was a tiny little interest, and then it kept getting bigger. And this, I already grabbed one out, so I'm gonna get this one now. And I'm gonna keep the bank's soil. There's very, very lively, juicy, adorable worms under here. Let me get my bucket. I'm just gonna keep it in a bucket until I 100% ID it and make sure it's not like invasive or a problem. Okay. Okay, didn't expect that. Didn't expect that at all. Wow, what a monster of a plant. I gotta get some of those roots out. Look at that. Immense. Wow. That right in there. Get some of these roots out now. Wow. That's immense. Very nutrient, I can imagine. So, I'm going to put this where I planted the new plants. Ooh, very nice. The potatoes are growing. Nice. The potatoes are growing. Open the phone. Look at that. That is store-bought tomato potatoes from Publix. You can see these eyes are still. And this, here, let me set you up there. Yes. So this pond stuff, very nutrient. I'm going to put this in with the potatoes to feed them. Now there's some really lively worms in here. And I want to put them back where I got them. Snappo and I were out here clearing the pond And I was like, okay, I gotta film some of this. Oh, no rock. No rock. Where'd these worms go? I want to show you. This stuff. It's gonna be perfect for the potatoes. There's all kinds of things in it. What? Oh, there's one. Come here. They look like something from a tackle shop. Look at that. It's okay. Looks like something from a tackle shop. They're so intense. Let me rinse them off. Okay, real quick. Hold on. That's it. You're good now. Doesn't he look like something from a tackle shop? It's very juicy. And I'm gonna put him back in the pond. And any more I find in here. Oh, baby. Baby. See him? Little baby. There's another. Ew. Baby. Oh, there you go, little guy. There you go. I'm sure they'll be able to crawl out of this. They're very smart. I'm not gonna put all of it in those tomatoes. I'm gonna put some in my soil bucket, which is right over here. I'm gonna wash my hands. Come on, you don't want to get stuck in here. Wow, they're so pretty. This is just a piece of one he must have gotten split up from the rest of them. But they're so lively, really pretty. Really nice. I'm going to rinse my hands off with some cleaner water than this pond water because it's very gnarly right now. So, I gotta get the rest of that stuff out. However, I think I'm gonna worry about getting water in it first because it's kind of been neglected. Only 2 hands, unfortunately, but, yeah. really lively. I wanted to show everything's looking really decent. So here's the Cape honeysuckle planted last night. And that's going to be a really nice pop of color under this. And then the jasmine. And that's where I put some of the pond stuff as well as on the Ixora, which this is dwarf Ixora. It's going to stay small. I really want some, you know, other varieties of Ixora because they're very low maintenance and beautiful. I love the sweetness at the end of the flowers. But in between these two, because this is going to get 7 to 10 feet, and I left some space while this is growing, because I'm sure the branches are going to grow outwards eventually. I'm going to put milkweed here, not the tropical milkweed. I'm going to put the other stuff because I just don't want to see it every day. Apparently the migratory butterflies don't fly over this zone, and I'm liable to take that advice, but I'm still, you know, a little worried about it, I guess. I don't know. I just know I'm not going to cut it down or remember to chop it back. And there are so many moving pieces with plants, and I really do try to focus on stuff that propagates easy, which milkweed does, and is also low maintenance. But yeah, it's kind of a controversial plant, if you will, which I wasn't really aware of before I looked up milkweed and like which milkweed I should cover or plant. Hello. Yeah, I got it. It's in a bucket. And there's a ton of worms in that pot, which is really fun to get back in there. And the roots are like, they look like vermicelli, like a thick vermicelli. Like a very, very white root. And it's spaghettied through everything in it. And like I can show this. Look at that. Spaghetti. Forbidden spaghetti. This is not arrowroot. It has a flower just like a duck potato or arrowroot, but the leaves are totally different. Like they're lance-shaped leaves, I believe. So if anybody knows exactly what this is, it looks not arrowroot. Arrowheads. They're an aquatic duck potato, and it's edible, and they pop up everywhere. Accidentally, because this pond is from, like the gambusia is from the canal and stuff, so a lot of random stuff will pop up. And this, just kind of left it for a little too long, and it drank, I would say 2/3 of the pond water. For sure. But the leaves are totally different. They're not arrow shapes. They're lance shaped, I believe. I'm not exactly sure. And you see these ribs. Interesting how they don't go like they go There's a flower spike on it. Beautiful flowers. It's a really cool plant. They're really fun to watch to grow, but I couldn't stop. I couldn't keep putting it off, getting it out. These are gonna be nice. Sea grape. Very, very slow growing. These two. But as soon as it reached the sun, it erupted. These, I never used paper plates when I was a kid. I always used sea grape leaves, and I'm so stoked to be able to do that again. And because I'm like any other human being, dishes are not something I enjoy doing. And I'm really, you know, I'm good at them now. I do hands dishes. I wash dishes by hands. Oh, it's hot. I'm trying to get some sun before I hide in the shade some more. I'm gonna check on these seeds. And had KFC, but this container fits the little pots. So, for instance, the ginger pot, I use this size a lot. Bam! Now it actually will hold water, because that plate wasn't really working. And then this lid will do the same thing for another pot. Gotta use what you have sometimes, what we have access to. Like these work perfect for seeds. And you don't even need the seed cells in it. You could just fill them with soil. Get topsoil. If you have any foresty areas or a tree, just get the topsoil and throw it in a thing and throw some seeds on it, because it'll hold moisture, and as long as it doesn't dry out, because if it dries out, it could turn into like a piece of concrete. Like this is starting to dry out, but it's turning into just soft sand instead. Royal Poinciana tree. This seed was in my shell collection, so super salty shells for years. Like has to be over 8 years. And I left the shells out and it rained. And a few days later I see one of the Royal Poinciana seeds sprouting. So of course I had to put it in a little container, and it's very happy, it's very healthy. And the seed pods are really large on this, and they're really, really useful as maracas. I'm not even kidding. I actually have one inside that I gave Snappo. I have a few lying around somewhere. It's my favorite things to get, or used to be my favorite things to get. There's a lot of drum circles and stuff in Lakewood. But, really cool seed pods. The seeds are really pretty. The flowers of the tree are gorgeous. And, really nice tree. Really easy to grow tree, really fast growing tree. And the medic is just crazy. It's the bloom. I've been holding this tripod the whole time. So this is a medic of some sort. Medic, M-E-D-I-C, just like medic, and it's a plant. It's a plant. I'm sorry. But you see the flowers are starting, and they're so much more open than they were this morning. Where is it? Always takes me a second to find it. Where is it for real? Medic. It's a, I wish I brought my notebook out. But the leaves reminded me of Ruta, so I grabbed it, and to ID. And I noticed the leaves were still, like, looking good, so I threw it in a cup of water. And it kept growing, so I just threw it in the soil. Really, really charming little flower, which reminded me of the water. I think I pretty much got everything watered today. I was dangerously low in water. Guinea henweed looks like it's going to start seeding. Really sucks for this to start seeding because it's going to spread. And this is it. Really charming flowers. It's a medicinal herb. It's called Guinea henweed. There's also some cilantro growing in it. This is from Caribbean Produce. They have a lot. They have a good, healthy amount of landscaping plants. They now have a ton of fruit trees. And they usually have a really clever mismatch of everything. A lot of natives, a lot of local bits, a lot of things I've never heard or seen of before. And frozen coconut ice cream. Ooh, there's a butterfly. A bumblebee ginger. Bumblebee ginger. The flowers are edible. Look at that. And it kind of tastes like a tart grape or something. There's a little fiberglass ant on it. Doesn't have a ginger taste. It's more of like a... Oh, I just had it. It's just kind of almost like a tart mulberry. Believe it or not. Let's see. The leaf popping through it. Isn't that cool? So I can't wait to see what it does when it's done. Back here, yes, and as you can see, kind of lily bulbs on the way. So anybody who has any interest in growing them, they grow excellent in containers. Really nice, beautiful flowers, and really good side hustle if you have any public parks near you in Zone 10 or any tropical areas. You should have crinum lily growing there. I don't see any flowers, but you can see how large. I don't mind the water barrel. actually don't know if you could see because I can't see. You can see what I'm showing. So I think it's on. But you can see how large, and this isn't even the largest. This is a giant crinum. And I also have 1 or 2 queen Emmas. They're babies still. But see, like, check it. Doesn't look entirely too large, right? Or no? Well, yeah, right? Yeah, I think that's it, right? Yeah. Pretty big! That's pretty big. And then, of course, the cactus gets bigger and bigger every day. And make sure you get the top in there. Ah! He has something in my eye. Immense! And that was from 1 cactus paddle. So never hesitate. This is Nepalis that I'm 99% sure. The young paddles are edible and really, really good. And I always hear it called Primus. And the flowers are really, really, really cool, really spaced out. And I'm gonna try to find one. Here's one about to open. And I know there's one. I was looking at it today. Oh yeah. Isn't that awesome? Kind of like a frangipani, not a frangipani, I'm sorry. It's kind of like a hibiscus. Let's see, hibiscus. Everything's very dry right now. Like, listen. Dry. Haven't gotten any rain, and it's getting hot. And reapers are very low. Why am I going over here? The blooms are no longer, so it's probably going to start fruiting. That's the elderberry. There. Let me go back over here because the surface isn't too good over here. Whew! It's hot now. It's getting to be that time of year. I have a bathing suit on. I just threw this on real quick to show the removal of that plant. Trying to stream a little bit of everything out here, showing that doesn't matter how much like I read on groups or books. There's always something like, oh, the butterfly on the ground. Isn't that cool? Those are the butterflies. I keep forgetting their names. I call them can't talk. I call them zebra flies, and they really like the chaya. Love the chaya. And Spanish needle. Ever since I saw that giant swallowtail by the yellow elder, I've really been wanting to focus on hummingbirds, butterflies. Because usually I focus more on, A, permaculture, B, edible or medicinal, or just cool plants to collect, and or anything that just does well. But and everything pretty much flowers, so they're gonna attract something. And try to find KYNTO palm everywhere, and I can't find a single one to get the Atala butterfly here. And I'm really stoked for that. I'm very, very just focused on finding it, and for some reason I can't find a single one. It's when I'm not looking for it that I see it everywhere and posted about everywhere. And it's called KYNTO palm, Koontie. Sometimes it's spelled with a K, sometimes with a U, instead of the 2 O's. And it's the U.S. is only native cycad. It's ancient looking. It's really, really, really cool of a plant. And big honking roots. They are actually used as a source of starch to make a bread and I'm sure other things and thicken. sauces, they would use these strainers, a 2-level strainer to strain the KYNTO. There's some really glorious, like, historical photographs of Florida has a really intense history. Very short history because it hasn't been around for very long. I've had Romans sieging Florida at any point of history. I mean, I guess until now, but just kidding. When I was a kid, reading about Rome in the fall, I was so scared. I was terrified. I did not think it was cool. I was like, why are we modeling all of our buildings off of this fallen civilization? Is this gonna happen to us? You know, like the post office never looked the same after that. You see it in ruins. Hey, happy Friday, beautiful people. If anybody sees this, it's very hot. Just really wanted to get that out. Kind of thought I was going to do more. I see so many ripples on the surface of the water from the Gambusia, and hopefully, there's nothing on the forecast, but hopefully within the next week or two there will be some rain because it's dry. Shade is really nice though, and the front for the last 5 years has just been growing shade, exactly that. And there's some banana tree pups that I really got to get out of the ground, and I was doing pretty decently at college, so I got, can you tell, mentally sidetracked. I was doing decent, so I kind of want to play a few more games. And then I could go back to hating it. Just saw one. Maybe Snapbook interrupted. Maybe it wasn't here. Oh yeah, it's right here. By this fish tail. What is this called again? I always forget what this is called. There's a cultivated version that's gorgeous, but this is the one that pops up, and the cultivated one is like flower petals, beautiful bright colors, and this one looks like the leaves. Really cool structure. These pop up everywhere, so good. But look at that, baby banana. So this will go in front or any other place that needs some help because it produces so much biomass, and that's gonna rot. And this was absolutely sand and shell rock. The other day, the stream where I planted the 3 plants, you could see exactly how much shell rock, like about a little less than a foot worth of shell rock that you gotta bust through in some areas. But the bananas, there's a few other things that'll do that for you and feed the soil and give you bananas. So win, 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 win. And also saves you on paper plates because banana leaves are brilliant, and you could do just about anything with them. And on that note, I am going to, it's hot outside. I've been out here for a while. I should have started the stream earlier. Wink, wink. Code luck. Harridan's what? That's how you spell Harrod? That was like Hadrian or Hadrian's Wall. Harridan's Wall, that's it. That's not hard to pronounce. I've been pronouncing it 50 different ways, hoping that one of them is proper. And yeah. There's a few things that I'm really, really antsy about right now. Ooh, that might be it. Post office. They just drove right past. It was FedEx. I think it's UPS and USPS. 2 Florida field guides in the mail coming today. And I'm really stoked about that. The one was the same one I had when I was a kid, and I can never find many of the plants. They said sea grape and stuff like that. But it really sucks because I think I'll be able to find more out here. And yeah, still trying to tell people about the Floridana, the Spranthes Floridana down the street from my friends. Itchy. But I should put this in the bucket also. Yeah, this like erupted. I'm not exactly sure what it is. I need to know what it is. Because sometimes things will pop up I'll be like, whoa, I don't know what that is. Well, it's a little stingy because of the amount of water it is taking. But it's fun to watch to grow. And it's like, oh, when it becomes a problem, I can pull it. But sometimes you gotta pull it immediately because it could be something like that. Which I'm still not 100% sure. A lot of them have the same flowers, very similar flowers. And it's just why you gotta look more than twice. And especially before you eat anything. Don't eat anything unless you know for absolute certain. And at this time, there are so many foraging groups on Facebook. I just joined a new one called Southeast Foragers. And there's always someone to ask, even if they're not in your immediate area, just on Facebook. And that's why I don't think I'll ever be off of Facebook, honestly, because I actually use it all the time. There's two groups I use extensively, which is the ID, plant identifications, and what is this weird vintage or unusual objects. Always coming across unusual objects, and I value those groups deeply. I use a lot of the Facebook groups and value them deeply. Pretty soon, KYNTO's gonna take over, so I don't have to spread my mind like butter through all these different social medias for to get clarification and stuff. But that's for the future. And yeah, I really want to congregate people. Anybody that has curiosity, that likes learning random things, that likes creating random things, anything. That's the joy of everything, in my opinion, anyway. And it's a little difficult to congregate here. Sometimes I miss comments and stuff, and I want discussion, and I learn best from other people and discussing with other people. And I didn't mean to do that. My face is like dripping in sweat right now, I'm sorry. But I learn best via discussions. I mean, half the stuff that I would love to learn more about, like a lot of the stuff I mispronounce because it's the only stuff that I get to read about. There's not a lot of people that discuss and debate, but right now, like, oh my fuck. Oh, well, sorry, shoot. I'm yeah. Please don't judge me on the. We all went through a pandemic, all right? So we're post-pandemic people, and the shoot. Oh, so I forgot what it was. Somebody posted a book and was like, "This book is just misunderstood. It shouldn't be banned." But like, what do I know? Historical book. I don't remember what the book is. I do, but I don't feel like saying it. Somebody else said, you know, I actually don't agree with banning books. And then someone responded to her saying, like, I don't agree with banning books. I don't see anything wrong with that. Like, do people not have, like, the ability to decide what books they do and don't want to read? Anyway, she called her a fascist. I don't believe in burning books. And then another lady goes, oh, there's a fascist among us. And she called her a Trump-supporting evangelist fascist. I looked on the lady's profile shamelessly because I was curious at this point. Didn't say anything about her political leaning, nothing about her religion, nothing. I think she had like a dolphin as a profile picture. And I had to ask, usually I don't interfere, just like in nature documentaries. But I asked, I'm like, that's irony, right? You calling her fascist for being against book banning, that's irony, right? I haven't got a response yet, but I'm definitely curious because people are so quick to like just shut each other down. And one of my biggest pet peeves in life is thought terminating cliches. Like, hand me one of those and I love everybody, but that doesn't mean I don't not avoid people. I definitely avoid people. But, you know, everybody does. That's normal, and that's not even, like, anything, you know? I still love them. I still love everybody. I really do. I think it's a curse at this point. I'm just kidding. I can see myself in all different kinds of shoes. I think I was born an only child, so I kind of have to put myself in other people's shoes because I had nobody to, like, bounce stuff off of when I was a kid. So I was always in my own little world. And I always was aware of that and that everybody's going to get where I'm coming from. and vice versa. And I know everybody has different necessities, and I love talking to all different people, especially people that like what somebody would consider my polar opposite or something, whatever. I just love talking to people about interesting things and things that I didn't previously know. And I don't like, what is it, echo chambers at all. Um, if I get stuck in an echo chamber, I don't know what it is, but I start going devil's advocate. Stefo is the same way. It's so funny. We never know what, like, who, what side each other, because it's just like a natural thing. Because common ground is very important. And debate, like, you get put in, I don't know, common ground, there's so much common ground, there's so many correspondence in between each individual, yet there are so many differences. It's too complex, and this us and them stuff just wears me down, and I just don't pay no mind to it. And yeah. And the wise words of one woman who saw me having a bad day about 10 years ago, maybe even 15, they don't pay your bills. But love them anyway. Have fun and have a beautiful day. Yeah, it has to be irony, right? I couldn't believe it. But I'm still waiting for a response on that because I'm just curious. I wasn't rude or anything because, you know, I do think it is important to be kind. And even when, like, patience is running thin or something, always maintaining compassion. Because, like, if somebody is overtly, like, attacking somebody else, there's something else going on. It's not because they're so passionate on this belief. I have a hard time believing that. And there's something, and everybody has really horrific stuff happening in their life, whether it's in their life or somebody that they love deeply and it's affecting them, or their childhood. So it's still, you know, I mean, so much. And yeah, I can never assume that someone has it better than you, because they very well might not. And the same thing, like, can't assume that somebody hates you because, like, they're calling you a fascist Trump supporter or whatever the lady said, evangelical Trump supporter. I was just, I heard someone refer to it as radical compassion, and I was like, well, you know, whatever. I'm glad there's a word for it, because, like, so many people, especially now, and it's been like this for a long time, oh, they think this way, fuck them, I hate them, they're stupid. Whatever, you know, these aren't my words. These are, I'm saying, like, as an example. And, I don't know. I was like, dang, that sounds lonely. Because, you know, I've never met many people with like minds until I started streaming. And, I don't know. I didn't get jaded from it. I mean, sometimes I get a little upset if my friends don't invite me to things that I clearly would be really excited to go to. Mark. He's never gonna see this. But yeah, what the heck? He went to the temple without me. I'm still so sad. But anyway, happy trails. I hope everyone has a beautiful day. And, you know, love yourself, because you're not gonna be able to love anybody else if you don't love yourself. And make sure yourself is good, because you're not gonna be able to make sure anybody else is good. And yeah, have a beautiful rest of the day. I'm going to, I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm going to hop on COD for a few games because I have like a little too much energy. And gonna head up Mark, because there's a few places that I know that he'll like to check out. There's few things, and my friend Teddy just got a helmet camera, so he might be starting to post YouTube very soon. I'm very excited. He's been living in China for the last, gosh, like 10 years? Has to be. And we go way back, and so it's going to be a treat to people. He's actually on one stream a long time ago, live with Teddy in China. I wasn't in China, and I didn't know how to go live with people at this time, so I'm just holding my phone, and he's on webcam. But yeah, happy trails. Feel free to find me on KYNTO, Instagram, Facebook, and join in on any of these streams. You could do split screen, or through KYNTO have a ton of people in at once. Unfortunately, with through YouTube, you could only add one person to a stream, but through KYNTO, it's unlimited. And you could comment through there, and I'll read it out, and all kinds of... Hello, Bull Rush! Shout out to Florida. Thank you. And, yeah, it's like, look at that. It's quiet out here. There's no stores. But dang it, if it's not beautiful. And I like rural hermits anyway, so yeah. I do miss the beach though. I miss the ocean. I miss the ocean. I miss the ocean a lot. So much. Like, a lot. Happy trails.